if I told you there are other categories where you can apply for a sponsorship visa and you get it? The UK skilled worker visa is a very competitive visa now, and it is very difficult to get nowadays, especially with a lot of population trooping into the UK through this route, and also so many scammers, so many agencies that are scamming people in regards to this work visa. To get this skilled worker sponsorship, you must have to write IELTS. You also have to start with the minimum of salary. Most times it is not the type of job description that you enjoy, but because you want your visa to be sponsored and to come here and work, you just have to take it. What if I told you there are other visa category where you can apply for jobs without much competition and you get this visa sponsorship? That is basically what we'll be talking about in this video. That is what the whole topic of this video is today. This visa category doesn't require you to write IELTS, and it is actually less competitive. By the way, I am Irene Modo and I'm very happy to have you here. Please click the subscribe button and join the amazing family. So with that, let's dive right into the video. The visa I am talking about is the religious worker visa. This religious worker visa is a category that allows you to partake in some religious work, and it is a temporary visa. I know you might think this video is a waste of time, but let's see what the UK government have to say about this. If you've not heard of the gov.uk website, where you can find everything you need about your travel, sponsorship, visas, I think it's high time you check it out. The religious worker visa is a temporary work visa for those interested in doing religious work in the UK. This has replaced the T5 temporary work visa. You need a visa to come to the UK through this route. You must have a certificate of sponsorship reference number. You can apply for a visa up to 3 months before the day you are due to start work in the UK. This date will be listed on your COS. Once you've applied online, prove your identity and provide the documents needed. You usually get a decision on your visa within 3 weeks if you are outside of the UK, and within 8 weeks if you're inside the UK. Your partner and children will each need to pay application fee of £298 each, plus healthcare surcharge of £624 each, which means the total of £922 per
While
person.
on
This visa, you can study for some courses, but you will need an academic technology approval scheme certificate. You can do a second job in the same sector at the same level as your main job for up to 20 hours per week outside the hours of your main job. You can do a job on skilled worker shortage occupation for up to 20 hours per week outside the hours of your main job. You must have enough money to support yourself in the UK. You will usually need to have at least £1,270 for yourself only, unless you are exempted. You must be over 18 years before applying. You cannot get this visa if you have been on the same visa last year or charity worker visa as well. For those coming with dependents, that is your wife or your husband and children, of course, you must prove you're in a civil partnership or marriage which is recognized in the UK. Also prove that you have been living together in a relationship for at least 2 years before you apply. Under this religious visa, you don't need to write IELTS. You also don't need to choose the minimum amount of salary to be paid. And this is visa related to those who are willing to do things around the religious aspect. You can also come with your dependent, and it is not saturated. I think this is a very good way of you to come to the UK. Remember, if you come through this visa, you also get paid, and you are coming with your dependent. So your dependents might be working, you are also working, and you are also allowed to do extra 20 hours outside your work, but it has to be related to your job description. So what I'm saying is this: it is actually a very good way to make money and build yourself. But the problem about this visa is that it is temporary. It's just for like 1 year or so. So if you are looking towards doing things in a religious aspect and also doing it short term, I think this visa is suitable for you. There is also another visa category that is almost like this religious worker visa, and it is called the minister religion visa. This minister religion visa is basically for those who can perform the ritual rites and also be able to recite the creeds for people. This is not a temporary visa. Remember I told you that the religious worker visa is temporary, so you cannot start your journey to get your indefinite leave to remain. But with this minister religion visa, you can start your journey to getting your ILR. That is indefinite leave to remain. And this minister religious visa lasts for 3 years and they pay you alongside. To get the religious worker visa, there are some requirements. Of course, you must get your certificate of sponsorship. And if you visit the UK website, you're going to see what they require for your COS. And also, you are going to pay a certain amount for your visa application. For your visa application, you pay around £298 per person. And also, they are going to task you for the health surcharge, which is around £625, and these are the things you have to consider. And they'll also ask for your account details to know if you're able to take care of yourself or your living expenses in the United Kingdom, and that should be around £2,000 or less. So these are the things you have to look into and start planning to use this visa route. Either of them, they are also charity worker visa. Of course, there are no public funds. What I'm saying is that your dependent can also be working as long as he wants, and you can bring your family as well. You can also work 20 hours outside your main job, but this job has to be related to your job description while you're here in the UK. At this point in this video, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please hurry and do so. Of course, I've not mentioned how you're going to find these visa sponsorships. First of all, go to Google, type religious worker visa, and you're going to see everything about it. The second place to find this visa sponsorship is you can go to gov.uk to find more about these jobs and if there are other job openings related to this religious worker visa. Let's take a look at some of the jobs available. These are some of the available religious worker visas, but this specifically for London. You can put anywhere you want. The Taj Dar Madina organization, CIO, is looking for a religious worker in London, and the pay is £17,160 per year pro rata. The New Testament Gospel Church is looking for a religious worker who is also a keyboardist at Plumstead in London. Also, the Sri Satsang is looking for a religious worker in northwest of London. Also, the Sri Temple is looking for a pujari who is also a religious worker. You have to check if these recruiters or employers are licensed to sponsor you. Before now, I already made a video on how to know if a particular employer is able to sponsor your work visa here in the UK. One thing about this religious worker visa is that you can apply 3 months ahead before your start date. Going to gov.uk, you are going to see so many information, and also try to read the appendix. The appendix section contains so many informations about this particular thing you're looking for. I believe that you've enjoyed this video and you can't wait to apply for your dream job. Best wishes in your applications. Do well to give this video a thumbs up so that every other person can see this video. Subscribe to my channel, share, and I'll see you in my very next video.